This video is to cover building Java programs, self-check 9.8 through the Practice It website. And chapter 9 is about Java class inheritance. And this is a pretty straightforward problem. It's actually fairly similar to the problem that I did in my chapter 9 lecture on section 9.2. So you might go and take a look at that for a better description. But what we've got here is a class car with these two methods and a toString. And we've got a subclass truck with M1 overridden. And they want to find out what happens when you start calling the M1s and the M2s. So my video, I went through some good Eclipse examples of exactly what it does. For this problem, I'm actually going to bring up a whiteboard and show you that from just a graphical point of view. Maybe that'll help people understand better. So this is the way the book shows you how to do this problem. And this is taken from figure 9.2, which is actually in chapter 9.3, so you haven't necessarily covered that yet. But what they want to do is they want to have the superclass up here, the subclass below it with an arrow pointing up. This is a relationship. So a truck is a car. And then they want you to list the different methods of car, which are going to be M1, M2, and the toString. I went ahead and added what they actually print here. Normally you wouldn't have just a simple printing, but for clarity I did that. And then so the subclass here, truck, they just want you to list the methods that you've overridden. Okay, so M1. So to figure out if you created a new car object, what the method would call, you need to figure out, okay, so you've got M1 is going to produce car1, M2, car2, toString is going to be a vroom. If you create a truck method here, you figure out M1, okay, first thing you see there's an M1 here, so you use this M1 here, truck1, instead of M1 here, which would produce car1. And then you don't list the other methods, so if you call M2, then you have to go and look to see what the parent has. Eventually, through a chain of potentially several inheritances, you can see what M2 really does. And so in this case, the only difference is when you call the truck M1, that's going to be different. So let's go back and take a look at the problem. Okay, I've got these side by side now so you can see. So they first create a myCar object, which is a car. Okay, so it's going to be one of these. Then they create a myTruck object. It's going to be one of these. So when you print out myCar, it's going to go to the car, look at the toString, and call and print out vroom. myCar M1, so you look at the car, you go to M1, you print car1, M2, you print car2. When you print the myTruck, you look here first. And so there's no toString, so you go to its parent, find the toString there, it's still going to print vroom. The truck M1, so M1 it finds it here, so it's going to print truck1, whereas the M2 is going to have to go to its parent. Okay? So that's a simple example of inheritance and how to use these diagrams to find where the function is. So if you found this video, please like and subscribe, but stay tuned because I'm also going to be going over the next problem with more details on this same scenario.